The best Sony TVs are generally a safe bet when looking for the best option for your needs. Sony is known for their industry-leading image processing, and by putting dozens of TVs a year through our rigorous testing procedures, we've confirmed that's the case. Although other manufacturers have started to catch up in this regard, if you're looking for a TV that does an incredible job upscaling low-resolution content and cleaning up artifacts in low-quality content, you can't go wrong with most Sony models. So in this video, we have compiled a list and reviewed the top 5 best Sony TVs you can buy in 2025. For more information on the products, we have included links in the description box below. Let's get started. Number 5. Sony Bravia 7 QLED. If you want something cheaper but don't want to sacrifice picture quality much, the best mid-range Sony TV we've tested is the Sony Bravia 7 QLED. It's a great TV overall with great picture quality, like the Sony Bravia 9 QLED. It uses a mini LED backlight with excellent local dimming. Blacks are nice and deep on this TV, but there's a bit more blooming around bright objects than there is on the Bravia 9. Fortunately, it's an incredibly bright TV that handles glare from pesky lights in a bright room. Colors are as equally vibrant on this TV as they are on the more expensive Bravia 9, so HDR content is impactful. Unfortunately, its viewing angle is very narrow, and the image degrades quickly when viewed from the sides of the screen, so it's not a very good choice for wide seating arrangements. Still, it has Dolby Vision and DTS audio pass-through, and it has advanced gaming features like HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, 4K, Air 120Hz, and VRR. It's also a very accurate TV in both SDR and HDR, so you won't need to get it calibrated unless you're a color purist. Number 4. Sony XR-42A90K. Buying a sub 50-inch TV used to mean losing out on the kind of top-end features that would adorn the bigger models, but Sony, LG, and Samsung all now sell smaller versions of their flagship sets, and the 42-inch A90K doesn't disappoint. Despite its relatively small screen size, you still get 4 HDMI ports, including 2 that support 4K 120Hz signals, so you can get the most out of a PS5 or Xbox Series X. As with Sony's other OLED models, the system consists of actuators that vibrate the whole screen in order to make sound, which ties the audio to the on-screen action in a way that rival sets simply can't match. That said, while the A90K sounds much better than most TVs of this size, we recommend connecting a soundbar to the EARC port for even better audio. It supports the usual Dolby Vision, HDR10, and HLG formats of HDR, although as with all Sony TVs, HDR10 Plus is absent. The cognitive processor XR delivers a stunningly solid and deep image for a TV this size. The A90K is rather long in the tooth now, having launched 3 years ago, and it's not as bright or gamer-friendly as newer models such as the award-winning LG C5. But if you're a Sony loyalist with limited space, the stylish XR-42A90K is the ideal way to fill it. Number 3. Sony Bravia 9 QLED. If you regularly watch TV during the day in a room with all the curtains open, consider the high-end mini LED Sony Bravia 9 QLED. It has superb SDR brightness and reflection handling, meaning it easily overcomes glare in the brightest rooms. What really separates this TV from other LEDs is its impressive local dimming control, which provides very deep blacks with almost no noticeable blooming, although they're still not as deep as what you get from the Sony A95L OLED. The TV doesn't have the same color vibrancy as the A95L, but the colors still look excellent. You still get Dolby Vision and DTS audio support, so it's an excellent option for a home theater. The TV is also loaded with modern gaming features, like HDMI 2.1 bandwidth on 2 of its ports for up to 4K over 120Hz gaming with VRR. The TV has a slower response time than the A95L, but it's fast enough for a mostly smooth gaming experience. Although the TV's viewing angle is wider than many other LEDs, it's not nearly as wide as the A95L, so it's not the best option if you need a TV to watch content with a big group of friends. Still, the Bravia 9 is the best LED currently on the market, so if an OLED isn't for you, it's an amazing option. Number 2. Sony A95L. While it's getting a little long in the tooth, the A95L remains a fantastic example of the benefits QD OLED brings, particularly in terms of brightness and color reproduction. We also continue to recommend it over the newer equally premium Bravia 9 further down this list for most normal people who aren't dead set against getting a TV with an OLED panel. This is because the Bravia 9, which uses a mini LED rather than an OLED panel, failed to match the picture performance of the A95L in a few key areas, especially shadow detail and contrast consistency. This is why, if money is no object, the A95L is still the Sony TV we recommend. The second gen QD OLED screen offers more brightness and vibrancy while also being more efficient to run. Not only is it brighter than most basic OLED rivals, but it also packs more detail, so bright highlights contain delicate color shading that most TVs will omit. The picture is bursting with texture too, especially within shadows, and this helps give skin tones their realistic feel. The superb contrast makes for a high degree of three-dimensionality, which, combined with the level of nuance on show, makes for a very solid image. Despite all its fireworks, it never looks anything but authentic, a rare skill in the TV world, and on the audio side, it's very impressive. The actuator-based system of the previous A95K has been tweaked slightly, but it still vibrates the screen to create sound, allowing effects to be precisely placed within the picture. So dialogue comes from characters' mouths, for example. It's certainly direct, but it also extends the soundstage far beyond the confines of the TV, adding a very welcome sense of space. There's plenty of detail to the sound too, though it's a little light on bass. All of this makes for not only the best Sony TV around, but one of the best TVs currently available from any manufacturer. Hence our reviewer's verdict. With super bright content, the A95L will knock your socks off. With everything else, it's merely superb, and it sounds great for a TV too. The only downside is that there are only two HDMI 2.1 ports, so gamers will have to do some port switching if they have multiple top-notch game sources. It also launched without UK terrestrial catch-up apps or Dolby Vision gaming, but both have since been added via updates. Number 1, Sony Bravia 8 OLED. The Sony Bravia 8 is the firm's step-down OLED, which puts it in direct competition with big names, including the LG C4 and newer LG C5. We're expecting a new Sony model to launch in the near future, but until it does, and we get it in for testing, the Bravia 8 remains the best OLED TV we recommend to most people. During testing, we found it offers the best picture quality available on a TV at its price, with its OLED panel going far brighter than expected while retaining a pleasing sense of authenticity. If that wasn't enough to tempt you, it also has the best inbuilt audio of any set at its price, thanks to the use of Sony's clever acoustic surface audio plus tech. This works using underscreen actuators rather than traditional speakers to create sound and let the Bravia 8 deliver a pleasingly clean and controlled audio experience. This is why we continue to heap praise on it and stand by our conclusion. Skin tones are warmer and more realistic, and advances in its light control make the picture look wonderfully three-dimensional. Audio also remains a cut above the experience you'll get on rival sets. The only minor downside is that, as with every other premium Sony TV, the Bravia 8 only has two HDMI 2.1 inputs, one of which doubles as an EARC. This means if you have a Dolby Atmos soundbar and two current generation games consoles, you'll have to contend with a fair amount of cable swapping. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up, leaving a comment, and subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon so you never miss out on our latest videos.